What do you think about Mike's project, People of Jiu Jitsu?
I think it's super important because there's a lot of people out there that have incredible stories, and a lot of us don't know anything about athletes. They don't know anything about promoters. They don't know anything about coaches. We only know what we see on Instagram or what we hear about from other people or rumors or we see on Facebook or you read on Reddit. And Mike really gives you an opportunity to tell your story and keeps it fun and entertaining and asks some questions that you can't prepare for. So you have to just know your shit off the top of your head or you kind of look like an idiot.
Is a wonderful addition to the ecosystem of jiu-jitsu because it allows people to get to know jiu-jitsu practitioners, whether they are also jiu-jitsu practitioners, whether they're not jiu-jitsu practitioners, to get to know that the people on the mats aren't just the people competing. They're people just like you and me. They're people with families, they're people with stories, they're people with jobs, they're people with careers, they're people with pain and trauma, they're people with a life that's been lived. And he allows jiu-jitsu to become more human and more accessible in the human experience that we're all part of, whether we're on the mats or off the mats. And he exposes that to the jiu-jitsu world, but also the world outside of jiu-jitsu, because in a lot of ways, jiu-jitsu saved a lot of people's lives because it gave them purpose. And this introduces a wider range of people to other jiu-jitsu practitioners and to the people whose lives were given meaning and purpose through this practice. So Mike is doing an incredible job with the People of Jiu Jitsu, and I'm really excited to see what he does with this podcast moving forward, because whatever Mike does is going to be an expression of Mike and the art that he has coming out of him. And and artists and makers are really important parts of our world today. Without them, we would have less joy, less love, less kindness, and less creativity. And Mike provides that for the world of jiu-jitsu.
It's what our community needs. I mean, short of popularization through, through incredible athletes, like Gordon Ryan was brought aloft 500 days into the sport. I think that Mike is, the inside man, essentially. He's the guy who connects, first of all of us, his projects, People of Jiu Jitsu, these new podcasts that he's doing there, not just shining a spotlight for people outside of the Jiu Jitsu world. They're really creating that sense of community inside the Jiu Jitsu world, taking away whatever disparities and silly competitiveness we may have within schools and clans. He really works hard with these projects to connect the community and to show that we are in fact all brothers and sisters, right? And as soon as somebody becomes a practitioner of jiu-jitsu, I cannot not call them brother, right? And I think that, or sister, right? So that's like one of the things that we do. And when I see Mike putting those projects together, showing our brothers and sisters, showing that we are one big family, right? And shining a spotlight on us, he's not just popularizing jiu-jitsu outside of our community. He's really creating peace within our community itself, and showing the respect that this community deserves on whole. Not, oh, I respect this school, I respect these people, but I don't know about those people. No, he really is a huge unification engine, which I think he was even before these projects. So I think that with these projects is his extension of his natural abilities to bring people together and to unify the sport, if you will.
It's a great thing to highlight people of all backgrounds in this sport. And I believe that it is an important project. It brings people together. And in doing so, this is more than jujitsu. It's bigger than jujitsu. It's a project for humanity. So big respect, brother. Os.
is so neat because it's just such an artistic way to represent all of the different ethnicities, the different walks of life that jujitsu represents. And he does it in just such like a raw way that the presentation of it is just really cool. And again, it just shows the artist that Mike is. And he just seems to be so multifaceted and multi-talented. That it's just exciting. It's exciting to see the projects that he develops and how he presents them. And really what that project does is connect people. So he's acting as a connector of humans to one another, which I think is just amazing. And if Mike were to be in a movie, I would have to say that he would be in the movie John Wick. His accent's perfect for it, and he also possesses a certain set of skills that would be highly desired for that film.
Very important for the BJJ community, you know. A lot of us train in different academies. We love the sport, but sometimes we carry different flags. Mike was the first one that came up with a format, with an idea to unite all the practitioners, all the schools, you know. You go to train in one academy or another, you always have to hear some kind of like um, gossip. Oh, he went to train there, he went to train there, this kind of stuff. But whenever Mike organizes his People of Jiu Jitsu events, everybody comes together. There's never negative note. Everybody just waves the same flag that day. I really like the project he's doing, and I'm also very proud of supporting it. Mike, I hope this helps. If you want me to say anything else, just let me know, okay? Sorry for the delay. It's been busy. I don't know if you saw the announcement of our collaboration with Megadeth and all the stuff we did with Trivium recently, and the Superman coming next Saturday, which, by the way, I want you to see you there, okay? So I'll send you the invitation via WhatsApp. You have to come at the event, okay, next Saturday. Ciao, my friend. Take care.